Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So today we will be talking about quantitative and qualitative data analysis. Okay, so what is data analysis? Data analysis is the process of turning data into information. You already know this, and it is an attempt by the researchers to summarize collected data. And data interpretation is an attempt to find meaning in the data. Okay, so good analysis communicates something meaningful about the world or about the observations. Now, what are the different types of data? So we have two types of data: quantitative data and qualitative data. So what is quantitative data? Quantitative data, that is numerical, which can be counted, and which can be compared on scale. Okay, and so quantitative data is numeric data, which is in the form of numbers are having numerical values. And qualitative data, so qualitative data is non-numeric data like textual data, interview transcript, case notes, clinical notes, etc. So this is qualitative data. Okay, and like photographs, so video recording. Okay, now data analysis. So we have two types of data analysis: quantitative data analysis and qualitative data analysis. So quantitative data analysis is converting quantitative data into information, and qualitative data is converting qualitative data into information. This is simple. Okay, now we start with quantitative data analysis. Okay, so quantification analysis are the numerical representation and manipulation of observation for the purpose of describing and explaining the phenomena that those observes reflect. What is quantification or quantitative data analysis? So it is the numerical representation of the observation, numerical representation as well as manipulation of the observation. Okay, now, the quantitative data analysis can be used to answer questions like what is the percentage of distribution, how much variability is there in the data, and are the results statistically significant. So these are the different discussion related to quantitative data analysis. And in this quantitative data analysis, we are using averages and means and median and mode and percentage. These are the different tools that are used in quantitative data analysis. Okay, and then we can also represent data in this graphical form. Okay, so this is the representation of quantitative data, the visual representation. Now, strength of quantitative research. So the as these are exact numbers, so the quantitative representation is precise. It's precise, quantitative, and it's numerical. Okay, and testing hypothesis confirmation theories. We can test generalizing finding random samples with sufficient size and comparatively quick data analysis. Here, the data can be collected very quickly and less time consuming analysis. Here we can analyze the data quickly. Okay, and may minimize personal biases. If we have this quantitative data, so personal biases can be minimized in analysis. Okay, now weaknesses in quantitative research. So what are the weaknesses? So these are only applicable to measurable phenomena. Okay, there are some phenomena which can't be measured. For example, emotions. So we can't numerically represent the emotions. How much satisfied or how much happy I am. So we can't quantify these values. Okay, so if we are researching the satisfaction level or the happiness level or the angriness level and these things, so here the quantitative research can't be applied because these uh, values are qualitative in nature and these can't be precisely represented with numerical values. Okay, so the quantitative research is applicable in those areas where the phenomena can be represented numerically. Okay, and simplifies and compresses the complex reality, lack of detailed narratives. And quantitative analysis, we are um, simplifying the phenomena and the details are ignored, which is not good. And theories or categories might not reflect local constituencies understandings. Okay, this numerical representation is general and it doesn't usually reflect the local context. Okay, now qualitative research or qualitative analysis. So qualitative data, what is qualitative data? For example, these are narratives, logs, experiences, interviews, diaries and journals, notes from observation, photographs, video recordings. These are all qualitative data, okay, which can't be represented numerically. Okay, now what is qualitative research? So research studying that investigate the quality of relationship, activities, association, materials. These things are researched using qualitative qualities. Okay, now used for any non-numerical data collection as part of the evaluation. And here we have unstructured observation and usually we analyze written documents, written diaries and observations. Okay, and in qualitative data, the answers are like, is the project being implemented according to the plan? So we the answer will be the answer of similar questions. And what are some of the difficulties faced by staff? So these difficulties can't be answered in numerical values. And why did some participant dropped out early? Okay, and what is the experience like for participants, and like how much happy the participants are, how much happy the uh, mm, participants are. So these things, the answers of these are qualitative responses. Okay, so steps in qualitative research, some steps that are need to be followed: identification of the phenomena and hypothesis generalization. What is our hypothesis and what is the phenomena? Then identification of the participants in the study, and then data collection, and then data analysis, and then interpretation and conclusion. So these are the different steps in qualitative research. Generalization and qualitative research. So a generalization is usually thought of as a statement or claim that applies to more than one individual, group or situation. What we do here, we study a group or some individual, and then we conclude something, and then we generalize those phenomena on the whole population. The value of generalization is that it allows us to have expectation about the future. Okay, a limitation of qualitative research is that there is seldom justification for generalization, the finding of a particular study. So usually it's difficult to provide justification for the study. For example, if we are interested to study the study related to some emotional aspects of a population of a given district. So what we do, we select samples and we conclude something, and then we generalize, but actually we can't give sufficient satisfaction on this generalization. So usually it is difficult to generalize the outcome of a given study. Okay, now trustworthiness and qualitative research. So click on the trustworthiness of the researcher. Here, as we can't in qualitative research, we can't repeat the experiment. In normal quantitative research, if someone conducts some research, so in that case, we repeat the experiments. But as far as qualitative research is concerned, so we can't repeat the experiments. Okay, for example, if there is a sit group and one person investigates some aspect of the phenomena, and then some other researcher investigate uh, that aspect of the phenomena using the same group, so the finding may be different. Okay, so here we have to depend on the trustworthiness of the researcher. Compare one information description with another information description of the same things, so that may be different. So in qualitative research, we can get different outcome from the same setup experiment. But in quantitative research, the result should always be the same. So this is one of the weakness in qualitative research. Okay, triangulation, comparing different information on the same topic. Okay, data triangulation, use of multiple data sources, student, teachers, and administration. So in this case, for example, we then use different stakeholders to come with true reflection of a phenomena. Methods of triangulation, interviews, observation, etc. And researcher triangulation, so use a team of researcher, yes, and in some cases we can also perform the same experiment from more than one team, so that we may know if these come with the same findings, then the conclusion, we can have more trust on the conclusion if multiple teams come with the same conclusion. Okay, criteria for judging research. So on the left, there is quantitative research, on the right, there is qualitative research. So internal validity, did A cause B? And external validity, are these findings generalizable? And reliability, are the measures repeatable? And objectivity, are the findings free of researcher biases values? Because in most of the researchers, the research bias plays a great role in the conclusion. So objectivity means whether this is free of the researcher biases. And in qualitative research, credibility, believable from participants view. Okay, whether the conclusion or the outcome is believable. And transferability, can this finding be transferred to other context? Okay, and dependability, would another researcher come to similar conclusion? So these are the different criteria that are used in qualitative research. Okay, thank you. Okay.